on a good evening. Plastic shopping bags will be banned within a year, and the government wants Kiwis to have their say. While different supermarkets are already phasing out single-use bags with a mishmash of timelines and policies, this is the first time a compulsory guideline's been announced that'll affect the whole country. It's estimated 750 million are used in New Zealand each year. That's about 154 per person annually. Plastic bags are one of the top 5 items found littering our vast coast, and because of their lightness, often end up creating ugly scenes like this across our landscape. May Heron explains how the ban works and how it'll affect you.
Soon, businesses will look a lot more like this. No plastic bags.
You bring your own packaging into our store. We have absolutely no single-use plastic in here at all.
And James Denton says Kiwis are ready for it.
People are becoming really aware of how bad the problem is, and they're kind of wanting to try and make a change, and we've kind of offered that.
The government finally announcing a blanket ban.
We are a nation that values and loves our environment, and now it's time for government to start acting like it too.
The ban covers all single-use plastic bags, including biodegradable and compostable. However, thicker plastic bags currently aren't included. People will also still be able to buy bags to line bins and pick up dog poo.
I agree with it, even though I'm carrying a plastic bag right now. I do agree with it. I think it's going to be good for the environment.
It's a good step forward, and I think they should. That's why I haven't got one.
I think they should have done it ages ago.
I think it's a good idea, but I don't think it's going to solve too many issues.
Many big retailers have already been encouraging people off plastic.
If you think about that, each one of our stores gives out 6,000 bags a day, and we're going to stop that. That's a good thing, right?
We're committing to be totally plastic bag free and only provide our customers with a range of reusable bags.
The ban more difficult for smaller businesses like family-owned stores and takeout shops.
That's including about 4,000 dairies and other stores that sit at the heart of communities. And plastic bags are a big issue for those small to medium enterprises.
So what's the alternative? Cotton, canvas and paper bags are the most popular.
If people find that they don't think there are alternatives, we want to hear from them about gaps in our market where we need to make sure we're meeting the needs that consumers have.
But there's concerns that some people can't afford it.
We would really love, as a not-for-profit charitable trust, is to see the supermarket chains donate these recyclable bags to us so that we can in turn pack our food parcels in them, and then our families can use them and recycle, use them week after week.
I don't think this is going to make a real difference at all. I think New Zealanders and businesses were moving this way very rapidly anyway.
But not quickly enough for this government. It's hoping today's decision will help keep the country clean for future generations.
And May joins us now. So a ban within a year, can you give us some sort of timeline of where the process goes from here?
So the first step is public consultation. That means people have about a month to submit their opinions. Some of the things the government want feedback on is what type of plastic bags are included in the ban and whether there should be any exemptions. Some places like here in Countdown have already started implementing a ban, but the government is hoping for a 6-month grace period starting from today. That allows people to get used to the idea and to get prepared. That timeline may change slightly, but we should expect to see the ban in place early next year.
May Heron in Wellington, thanks.
Well, getting rid of plastic is also a big concern down on the farm. Farmers want help to deal with the plastic used to wrap hay bales after overseas plants stop taking plastic waste from New Zealand. John McKenzie has more.
After the green grass and the animals, a familiar sight on many New Zealand farms is all wrapped up in plastic.
We'll use probably half a dozen bales a day at the moment, so each one of those bales creates a mound of bale wrap like this.
Like many Southland farmers, Bernadette Hunt sends the silage wrap to be recycled. It ends up here.
All up, there's around 250 tonnes of the wrap here at this plant in Southland, and that's just from July. The problem is, right now, there's nowhere for it to go.
Just the other day, our contact rang and advised us that the country where it was going has closed their borders, and so at the moment we have to hang on to it.
That country was Thailand, and the change happened less than a year after China ruled it would no longer accept our waste. Now this plant's at capacity and telling farmers to stockpile their wrap until a solution is found.
We really and pretty quickly need to find a solution to deal with this product so that we can, one, utilise its ability to be recycled, but also get it into a state that we can move it on.
Some parts of the country burn the waste, but burning or burying it is illegal in Southland. Leaving it out is also not an option, with similar plastics taking around 100 years to break down.
It's a problem that's being looked at, and I'm sure there'll be changes in the future.
Ag Recovery, who process several rural plastics into other reusable products, say suppliers need to play their part.
Silage and baleage wrap provide a very useful tool on farms in New Zealand. So the onus should be on actually finding a way to collect it, process it and recycle it here in New Zealand.
We certainly feel like we will find a solution in the end. It'll just take us a little time to work it out.
A clock that continues to tick as the piles of plastic continue to grow. John Mackenzie, One News.